Well, hello and welcome to I Love Gay today. We're in the Toronto area and we are here with Maggie Cassella. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Matt. How are you?
Fantastic. I was excited to connect with you as I was, you and I have been connected online and but I was
Well, I
digging
follow
deeper.
you.
I love it. But I'm digging around, checking out some of your reels and videos. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I going to be ready for this? You are high energy, but and I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I know how to turn it down a little for the small screen. So it's different. It's different for the live audience, right? That you need a little more energy for a live audience, I think.
I hear you. Well, here we're here to talk about you guys. You produce a show. It's called "We're Funny That Way Festival," and it's been going on since 1997. And yeah, tell
It's
us a little bit
yeah.
about that.
Well, I mean, we'd like to say we're the first, but that's old now when you say you're the first. But I think when we started, we're funny that way. There wasn't really anything like it. It's a 4-day gala, 12 show. So it's 13 shows, a gala and 12 shows festival
Yeah.
in Toronto, but we have done it in other places. This year it's back in Toronto for the first time since COVID shut us down. And we're excited to be back. We started out when there really were no events like this, so lineups around the corner and all that kind of stuff. Subject of a documentary the first year. There have been other shows that have come out of it. During COVID, we did a lockdown show for CBC, which was a Pride special for them, or We're Funny That Way Pride special, and we won a Canadian Screen Award for the Best Performing Arts special and got 4 other nominations. So that was 3 other nominations. So that was cool. But we are really about 3 things. Charity. This is a 100% charitable event. All of the proceeds go to the Rainbow Charity Network, which is our foundation that makes transformational, and I say that's an important word, grants to just tiny grassroots LGBTQ2S plus organizations across Canada. So we try and find those organizations that are struggling, and that, if we give them 25 grand, that'll keep a program running for 5 years. If you give 25 grand to a big organization, they're like, thank you, and that'll, pay for our lights for a week, right? So we try to, so that's really great and empowering. And I think the people who come and when they pay, they know their money's going to something like that. So that's our one thing, charity. We try to make the most money on the gala, where we hit up I call the high hos and the commercial people, the people with the dough, right? Who can afford that ticket, need that tax deduction, or I get them to buy tickets so we can spread that love to people who can't afford it and can attend. Our galas are notorious. They are not a gala. This year I called it the ungala, because you can get a table of 12 for $3,600, right? Well, it's not a table. There's no tables. It's an ungala. You come, we have food from an Italian restaurant my friend owns in the West End called Caffino. She caters. It's great food. You eat it on a paper plate, Matt. One guy said to me one year, I can't believe I paid all that money and I'm eating on a paper plate. I said, you know what? That's so all the money that came in here today goes to that organization out in, I think it was Halifax that year. And he was like, oh, well, that's great then. So I got the snark and he was like, oh, that's great. So you get your food on a paper plate and you like it. And then we have a great show. Like it's a variety show.
Yeah.
Of people from the festival plus allies. So we've had really big names, like Andrea Martin she was like, I'm an O for once in college, right?
Yeah.
She was on our special for CBC. Colin Mockery and Deb McGrath usually come out. Colin from Whose Line Is This Anyway? Got people who are well known in Canada, Ali Hassan, and all kinds of allies who come for the gala. And people who aren't in it. So this year, Leah Delaria is I was talking to her on the phone. She's like, oh, if you want, I'll come and do your gala. So she's headlining our gala this year.
Yeah.
And then you get to see, so it's very fast moving. It's 90 minutes, bing, bang, boom. It's the school night. They're all out of there by like 9:30. So, and then the rest of the fest is about talent and community and joy. So community and joy are one. So my 3 things, we have charity. Talent is, I try to find people that, are quirky and weird that people haven't seen. One year I got a guy who was talking about his scaly elbow on YouTube and he made me laugh so hard. It was Larry Owens, and now he's like famous.
Yeah.
And he'd never even done a full show before, so, but I know funny when I see funny. And how I know is because I'm a comedian. And if I look at them and go, damn, I wish I thought of that, or I'm even slightly jealous, I know they're good and I hire them. So trying to find people like that. So we sometimes have talent people don't know at all.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's part of our thing, is to discover talent, right? So and then the third thing is community and joy, which is why the 12 shows are all on a sliding scale of $0 to $50. So you can pay whatever you want.
yeah.
If I give every ticket away, I've done my job creating community and an event for the community. I had one person I was trying to get money from a foundation sort of get cross with me. She's like, why don't you charge for those shows? You could make so much more money. And I was like, you put on events all the time and don't charge for them. It's a community event, you know? Don't you finger wag a lesbian. We invented the finger wag, lady. I love it when white guys say to me, straight white guys, like, you can't say anything more, like those comics, or you can't say anything anymore. Comedy. I'm like, are you talking to me? I'm a lesbian comedian.
Yeah.
Lesbian. Who are you most afraid of, Matt? Doing this to you? Lesbians. We are, I like to say lesbians, been canceling people since 1973. I have been telling jokes to an audience with at least 10 or 12 women in it looking at me like this. Since 1988. Don't you complain to me you can't say anything anymore. Don't you? Welcome to my world, buddy. Write a joke instead of picking on people.
I love this. You know what's fascinating? You know what I'm picking up too? You know, it's two things related to comedy. Number one, it's fascinating because we have our I Love Gay network on social media. And so we'll have like I Love Gay movies and music. And my husband kept telling me, he's like, why don't you have comedy? You know, comedy is like big in the LGBT world.
I'm your person. I could be your I Love Gay comedy person.
And he was right, because once we launched that, I was amazed of how much comedy was out there that we were able to kind of engage with and share.
Sure.
And then it'll segue in because it's related. But then I'm on TikTok playing around, and I have been reading ever since that TikTok has been an amazing thing for comedians, queer and all points in between. But I don't know if if you guys touch on that as much, but I just think
no, this is my TikTok computer over here. So I am slightly paranoid about, I mean, I realize our information is all out there, but I have a dedicated computer and a dedicated phone for that, because they are, from what I understand, able to, you're giving them permission to access a lot of stuff. And I'm too lazy, even though I'm an ex-lawyer, to read that thing. But I've, from enough trusted sources, come to the conclusion that by checking that permission box, so if I'm using a dedicated computer that I don't search on, and a dedicated phone that I don't, search on, then I'm happy to use TikTok, right?
But that's fascinating, because it just shows that it really is power. It was powerful enough for you to do it and get past those things and dedicate the computer to it.
Yes, I haven't done it. It is dedicated. It is here. I just have to wipe the computer. I've been so busy. I mean, but I've got it. I've got all the hardware. The point is, I've got the hardware, and that is my next. I'm actually I have my own theme song for my own channel that I won't tell you what the name of it is, but it's I live in the country, and there's a lot of videos of me on farm equipment and stuff that people like to watch for some reason. They love watching me plow my 300+ meter long driveway. I think it's like pool cleaning, where people like to vacuum the pool. It's very zen. I have this giant snowblower on the front of my tractor, and it's very zen to watch. I think the snow get, thrown, and then you see the driveway's a perfect 5-foot swath. I only know this because people are like, I love your tractor videos. I love your snow blowing videos. I'm like, that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a whole different, you've got multiple career points.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm that lesbian. That's what I am.
Yeah. But so this is coming up. It's like a little over a month and a half away, right? It's end of
Oh my
May.
God, hold on a second. Ugh, I'm sorry, I just threw up. It was nerves. It was my nerves. Look at you, got nervous. Yeah, I get nervous when I think it's only 6-7 weeks away. Yes, it's May 29th through June 1st at the Factory Theater in Toronto. The gala being on the 29th, and the show is the 30th, 31st, and 1st. We have great people coming in. Some people, some we don't. I'm introducing a couple of comics from Montreal, Rose Ingrid Benjamin and Sloan Couchon, who are teaming up with Martha Chavez in a With Love from Montreal show, because they're all three from Montreal. I have Karen Williams, was the first out African-American lesbian comedian. So she's coming. I've got music, because this is more of a cabaret festival than just a comedy festival.
Yeah.
So I've got a sketch show with Trisha Black, which has musical comedy and sketch and improv in it. I've got Broadsway, which is Diane, Leah, and Heather Bambrick and Julie Michaels, and they do sort of more show tuney kind of, but they're funny as anything too. I mean, seeing them sing, Queen is hilarious. And then introducing a guy named Antoine L. Collins, who is a lawyer himself, but also a jazz singer. I'm bringing him in from Ottawa. Great storytelling with Paul Hutchison and B. Bertrand. Those two guys are great storytellers. I've been a fan of B's forever. Paul is just a total pro. B is not new, but just really, getting a little bit more of a whole show together. And I really want him to do that because he's just one of the kindest, gentlest humans on the planet. Asta Lal, who is coming from LA, and Asta's show is Karmic Entanglements. Her show is, she's a pretty spiritual person. There's Brandon Ash Muhammad, who is a stand-up. That's a solo stand-up show. Oh my God, Marga Gomez, who I'm bringing in from San Francisco, who's got a character comedy show called Swimming with Lesbians that's been selling out everywhere. Marga's been around forever. And then our closing night show, which is crazy, is Hollywood Jade, who is a choreographer and known for a lot of music videos, and also I think the choreographer for Drag Race. Our closing show is called Gent Slay Qua, and it's a male burlesque show. So, and a great comic named Sam Sferaza, who's opening the fest, another really smart gay guy, atypical in a lot of his jokes, and I appreciate it. Oh, and one of my favorites, James Tyson. People have to see James Tyson. James Tyson, they are so smart, and James' show is called Screaming About Trans People for Attention. And damn, James is very funny. So and I probably left some people out, but every show is a must-see. And I'm not just saying that. I wouldn't book a non-must-see show.
No, this is amazing. And I'm going to make sure that when we post this, links and everything are there so that folks can follow up and find out more about it. And no, this is great. And I'm looking forward to checking all this on, a lot of the posts on social media, since I won't be able to be up in Toronto at that time, but looking forward to seeing it online.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you and everything that you do. Like, this is really important. And, I love watching your interviews because, that's how I found you. Right.
Yeah.
So thanks.
Well, thank you.
Good work.
You're amazing. So thanks for being here, and look forward to connecting with you soon.
Okay. Thanks, Matt. Stay in touch.
So good.